The Indiana Fever just picked up a big win against the Las Vegas Aces, and they really needed one. I know Caitlin Clark wasn't out there, and it's really tough for the Indiana Fever to get wins against good teams without Caitlin Clark, and sometimes even with Caitlin Clark, but they got this win. And
let's unpack this. Imagine a team, right? Missing its biggest star, universally written off, facing the defending champions.
Yeah.
Every expert is saying it's over before it even begins.
Right. Hopeless situation, basically.
But then something improbable happens. They don't just win. They deliver this, well, stunning defeat.
Indeed. And we're diving into that specific game, the WNBA matchup.
It wasn't the best brand of basketball, but at the end of the day, a win is a win is a win. And the Indiana Fever, without Caitlin Clark, go up against the Las Vegas Aces and last year's MVP, A'ja Wilson, and walk away with a W, 80-70.
Indiana Fever, no Caitlin Clark.
Right.
Beating the Las Vegas Aces 80-70.
Incredible.
Yeah. So our mission today is really to understand how this team, a team everyone had written off, just transformed.
Seemingly overnight.
Exactly. Into this dominant force. And you know, what does this amazing upset tell us about team success? And leadership, too, even from the sidelines.
Okay, so to really get the scale of this,
Yeah.
this upset, you kind of have to set the scene first.
Right. Context is key.
The Las Vegas Aces, they're
Yeah.
the defending champions. They walk into Indianapolis expecting, well, the reports say, an easy night.
Yeah, that was the vibe.
And the Fever, they had this kind of mediocre 12-12 record, coming off a couple of losses, back-to-back. And the big thing, Caitlin Clark, benched. Groin injury.
So, I mean, the deck was stacked, right? By all accounts.
Totally stacked against them.
And that dismissal, it wasn't subtle. Sources said every expert in the building was writing the Fever's obituary. Literally.
Wow. Before tip-off even.
So before tip-off, social media was just brutal, calling Indiana pretenders who got exposed without Clark.
Ouch.
Yeah. ESPN analysts were questioning if they even deserved their playoff spot. Twitter was, Twitter.
Always is.
And the Vegas odds. Aces favored by double digits. People were treating it like a guaranteed blowout.
So the message was clear.
Crystal clear. Take away Clark, and you're left with absolutely nothing special. That was the narrative.
And the Aces, they definitely seem to buy into that.
Oh, yeah. A'ja Wilson, especially. Sources suggested she saw it as personal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like a chance to prove she was the real MVP, amidst all the rookie hype around Clark.
Yeah.
And the team vibe, described as loose, almost carefree, laughing, joking, treating it more like a scrimmage.
So not exactly focused.
Not laser focused, no. But what they apparently didn't get was
that
that
from the field, 3 of 4 from the three-point line, and it wasn't just the fact that Sophie Cunningham made shots, it was the moments in which she made those shots. I think she was a very crucial piece to the Indiana Fever winning these games because she would hit a 3 when the Fever really needed it. Early on,
Fevers were taking all that disrespect, all that criticism,
Yeah.
and basically storing it up like fuel for a fire.
Ah, interesting. So it wasn't just rolling off their backs.
No, it sounds like it was being internalized, ready to, ignite.
And then, boom,
Yeah.
the first shockwave hits. Sophie Cunningham
Yes.
steps onto the court,
Yes.
decides she's going to be the most dangerous shooter in the league that night.
Pretty much. She went absolutely nuclear from three-point range, hit 5 of 6 from deep, 15 points just like that.
5 of 6. That's insane. And here's where it gets, really interesting.
Go on.
This wasn't just some random flash in the pan, right?
Not at all. And that's the key insight here, maybe. Cunningham had actually been building to this moment for weeks.
Really? How so?
Quietly, putting together this stretch. Double figures for 6 straight games, averaging 13.7 points, nearly 5 rebounds.
Okay.
And shooting, get this, an absolutely ridiculous 58.1% from three-point range in those games.
58.
even throughout the second and third quarter, Sophie was just there. She showed up at the end as well. She was clutch. I love the game from Sophie Cunningham, and she's been stringing together some amazing games over the past 6. I know a lot of people are irritated about Lexi Hole being benched at this point. And a lot of people are like, what is Stephanie White doing by moving Lexi to the bench? But I actually don't think it's been a bad move because I think what Stephanie White understands understands about Lexi Hull is what I'm learning about Lexi Hull is that she doesn't really care if she's starting or if she's on the bench. She's going to come in and give you the same effort day after day after day. But it seems like Sophie Cunningham is the kind of player that benefits from being in a starting lineup, that benefits from starting off the game, getting a chance to get into a groove. So I actually like the swap. I like Sophie Cunningham being in the starting lineup because she's been exceptional. She deserves to be a starter. And then Lexi Hull, even though she also deserves to be a starter, she is a player who's
over 6 games.
Yeah, but nobody was really paying attention. It shows how that consistent kind of unnoticed work, that's often the real foundation for these quote-unquote breakthrough moments. It looks sudden, but it's built.
That makes sense. And her teammates noticed something different that night.
They did. Said her shots were going in with a new kind of authority. Coach Stephanie White saw it too. Called it a fundamental breakthrough, a killer instinct.
And she wasn't just hitting open shots either.
No way. She hit these perfectly timed daggers. Every time the aces tried to make a run, bang, Cunningham would bury one.
Stopping the momentum goal?
Exactly. And the difficulty level, high. Creating her own shot, pulling up fast, hitting contested threes. Even when Vegas started adjusting, game planning specifically for her.
It didn't matter.
Didn't matter. By halftime, the crowd's chanting, Sophie, Sophie. Think about that shift from the pregame feeling.
Incredible turnaround. And Coach White putting her in the starting lineup, that was a big call.
Huge call. Apparently controversial too, but obviously brilliant in hindsight. And it was something Cunningham had been asking for months.
So she got her chance and seized it.
Totally. Showed that composure under the microscope on national TV. Turned herself into a, well, legitimate star right there. Her teammates clearly trusted her.
That coach's belief combined with her own work. Powerful stuff.
Absolutely. It shows how you can unlock that elite performance in those huge moments.
Okay, so while Cunningham's going nuclear, there's another story unfolding. Kelsey Mitchell.
Right. Mitchell's redemption arc.
But one thing about Kelsey Mitchell and something that I always like to say about Kelsey Mitchell is that she shows up when the Fever need her. She gives them that lift and that boost when things are going under. I always like to say that Kelsey Mitchell is steadying the ship with the shot she makes. Every single time it's going astray, Kelsey Mitchell is going to bring it back. She's going to reel everybody in and keep everybody level because Kelsey Mitchell...
You could call it?
Because she'd been catching heat all season.
Yeah, for being inconsistent.
A lot of heat.
Yeah.
Critics questioning her mental toughness. Could she really lead? Social media doing its thing, calling her good stats, bad team kind of player.
Harsh. But was there some truth to it? Well, yeah, there was some truth. She had been maddeningly inconsistent. Sometimes forcing shots, making questionable decisions.
Okay.
And even in this game, she missed her first few shots. You could kind of see the frustration building again.
But then the turning point.
Yeah.
Timeout.
Yes. Coach White calls time and delivers this really direct
Kelsey
message.
Mitchell missed a lot of shots today. I mean, a lot of shots, like 16 shots today, right? But I love the fact that she shot 24. 24 shots is exactly what I've been looking for from this team. I've been saying this since Caitlin Clark went out with injury the first time this year. Why, when Caitlin Clark is not playing, do the Indiana Fever not run everything through Kelsey Mitchell? It makes sense to give her a whole lot of shots because she can hit them. She's an amazing shot maker, one of the best in the WNBA, if not the best off the dribble in the WNBA. Give her the ball, let her shoot. Now, I know in this game she didn't make him, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, she's a ball hog, right? But in my opinion, Kelsey Mitchell shooting the basket
to Mitchell. Just let it fly. It's going to go. Just stay balanced and let it fly.
That sounds like more than just tactics, more psychological.
Totally psychological. And here's the really cool part, I think. The team immediately rallied around her.
Oh, so?
Veterans, right? Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston. Even Caitlin Clark from the bench. All giving her encouragement right after that timeout message.
Wow, okay. That's teamwork.
It really is. And then Mitchell, she just finds her rhythm in the second half, her speed, unstoppable. But the fourth quarter, that's when she really announced herself.
What happened?
Scored 9 points in the final 12 minutes. Went 4 for 5 when the game was on the line. Dished out 4 assists too. Finished with 21 points.
Silencing the critics.
Big time. Especially the ones questioning her mental toughness. This whole sequence, it's just this powerful insight into leadership, team psychology.
Right.
Give a player that clear trust, that encouragement, surround them with support.
And they can step up.
They can totally transcend past issues and deliver under pressure. It's about belief.
And the timing of her shots, the context, that mattered too.
Absolutely crucial. These weren't garbage time points. These were clutch shots against elite defenders with championship implications on the line. And doing that, it elevated everyone around her, drew defenders, created space.
Lead by doing.
Exactly, a new level of confidence, and it just spread.
Okay, so the game's winding down. Dramatic climax time.
Yep, nail-biting finish.
35 seconds left. Fever clinging to a 5-point lead. Aces are pushing back.
Ajao Wilson had just scored twice in a row.
Right, so the tension in the arena must have been suffocating.
You could feel it. And then enter Ari McDonald.
Okay, what did she do?
Well, first off, she'd been quietly perfect from three-point range all night. Just
Yeah.
hadn't missed.
Sneaky good.
Yeah, and now, clock ticking down, Wilson right on her. McDonald didn't hesitate, pulled up. Fearless step back three-pointer, swish. Game over. Dagger.
Wow, clutch.
Absolutely clutch. She finished perfect from three, 3 for 3, 9 points, 4 assists, 2 steals in just 22 minutes.
Efficient.
Very. And that shot, it just cemented her reputation. Teammates apparently call her Ice because she's so calm under pressure.
Nice, I like it.
And you saw it in the Aces' body language after that shot.
Yeah.
Defeated, they knew it was done. It's just a great reminder, right? Anyone on the team can deliver that key moment if the belief is there.
And while all this is happening on the court, Caitlin Clark is on the sideline.
Yes. And her reaction after McDonald hit that shot.
What was she doing?
She was reportedly losing her mind in the best possible way, jumping up and down, fist pumping, just celebrating her teammates' success like it was her own.
That's huge.
That's leadership right there. Purest form. A superstar finding like genuine joy in her team winning without her. Understanding their success was her success.
Building chemistry.
Exactly. The kind of chemistry that championship teams absolutely need, where the collective matters more than the individual ego.
And she wasn't just cheering, right? She was involved.
Oh yeah, totally engaged, especially in the fourth quarter. Coaching from the sideline, pointing out defensive stuff, celebrating every single Fever basket, providing that emotional energy.
That says a lot about her.
It really does. It revealed her profound character and basketball IQ. She got it. She understood that this victory, won like this, without her, could actually be more meaningful in the long run than any individual stats she might have put up. It adds to her legacy. It doesn't just depend on her scoring.
That's a great point. So, okay, we've got these amazing individual stories, Sophie, Kelsey, Ari.
Right, the heroes of the night.
But the real story, maybe the deeper story, is how those sparks lit up the whole team.
Exactly. Let's zoom out a bit. Look at the collective effort.
Like Natasha Howard. Didn't she have a monster game?
Dominant is the word used. 18 points, 13 rebounds. And she anchored the defense. Held the high-powered Aces to just 38% shooting.
Wow, 38%. That's lockdown defense.
It really is. And this collective piece tells us something important. Individual brilliance is great, it's exciting.
Yeah.
But the foundation of real team success, it's that shared commitment. Defense, rebounding, smart plays, taking care of the ball.
The stats back that up.
Totally. Look, Fever out-rebounded Vegas, 38-33.
Important.
Forced 16 turnovers, only gave up 12 themselves.
Big difference.
And they massively outshot the Aces from three-point range. 12 makes for the Fever, only 6 for Vegas.
So there wasn't just luck or a couple of hot shooters.
No, it was a complete team effort. It showed depth, coaching, and this mental toughness that, frankly, nobody knew they had.
So what were the ripple effects, the implications of this one win? These sound pretty big.
Oh, they were staggering. Immediately, the Fever moved to 13-12, secured 6th place in the standings, and got the season series tiebreaker against the champions.
That's huge for playoff seeding.
It's huge. And they sent this massive message across the league. We can beat anyone, anywhere, anytime, with or without our superstar.
How did everyone react?
Social media just exploded. Experts were scrambling to rewrite their narratives about the Fever, and for Vegas, that loss was deeply concerning. Raised real questions about their focus, their prep.
A wake-up call, maybe.
Definitely. But for Indiana, this win just changed everything. It transformed them. They went from being seen as a good team with one great player into potentially a legitimate championship contender with multiple threats and the mental game to back it up.
And thinking ahead, when Clark comes back.
Right. That's the fascinating part now. She won't be joining a group that desperately needs her to survive.
Yeah.
She'll be joining a squad that just proved it can beat the best on their own.
That changes the whole dynamic.
Completely. You could argue this was the birth of a championship caliber team, sent shockwaves through the WNBA, and it proved, that chemistry, coaching, belief, sometimes that can overcome sheer talent and experience.
So the Indiana Fever, in just one incredible night, they really kind of dismantled that whole idea that a team is only as good as its best player.
They absolutely did. This deep dive, it really shows us how a team, count it out, can dig deep and find that strength from within. But, you know, it leaves us with a pretty provocative question to think about.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Well, when a superstar like Clark does return to a team that's just proven it can win without her, does that add a new kind of pressure? Or does it unlock an even higher level? Does it take them to a whole new collective potential? Something for you to consider.
Season series tiebreaker against the defending champions. But more than that, they'd sent a message that resonated throughout the entire league. We can beat anyone, anywhere, anytime, with or without our superstar. Social media exploded in the aftermath. Fever fans were celebrating like they'd won the championship, while Aces fans were making excuses and questioning how their team could be dominated by an opponent missing its best player. The experts who had written Indiana's obituary before the game were scrambling to rewrite their narratives, suddenly forced to acknowledge that this team possessed something special that transcended any individual player. For Las Vegas, this loss was deeply concerning. Getting dominated by a team missing its star player raised serious questions about their focus, their preparation, and their ability to handle adversity. Aya Wilson, who had entered the game expecting to make a statement, instead finished with just 16 points on inefficient shooting, looking helpless as the Fever's balanced attack overwhelmed her supporting cast. But the real story here isn't about what the Aces failed to do. It's about what the Fever proved they could accomplish. Sophie Cunningham tied her season high with 5 3-pointers, showing she's not just a streaky shooter, but a legitimate weapon who can take over games when needed. Kelsey Mitchell's 21 points matched her best performance in weeks, while demonstrating the kind of leadership and clutch gene that championship teams require. Ari McDonald's perfect shooting night from beyond the arc proved that this team has multiple players who can step up in pressure situations. When Caitlin Clark returns to this team, she won't be joining a group that desperately needs her to survive. She'll be joining a squad that has proven it can beat anyone, anywhere, anytime. The confidence boost from this performance could fuel a playoff run that nobody saw coming, and the coaching staff deserves enormous credit for preparing this team to excel in the most challenging circumstances possible. This was the night that changed everything for the Indiana Fever. They transformed from being seen as a good team with one great player into a legitimate championship contender with multiple weapons and the mental toughness to match their talent. With Clark's eventual return combining with this newfound confidence and identity, the possibilities are absolutely incredible. The basketball world has been put on notice. The Indiana Fever are for real, and they're just getting started. What we witnessed wasn't just an upset. It was the birth of a championship caliber team that's ready to shock the entire basketball world.